Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. General Hospital spoilers. Are Michael and Willow headed for divorce? General Hospital, VHS spoilers reveal that Willow Corinthos, Caitlin McMullen, has set herself up for some painful consequences now that she's kissed Drew Quartermain, Cameron Matheson, behind Michael Corinthos, Chad Duell, back. It'd be awful enough if Willow was off locking lips with some random guy, but the fact that she made out with Michael's uncle makes all this even worse. Of course, we also have to consider the possibility that Willow and Drew won't be able to resist effing into more dangerous territory. Despite Drew and Willow's pact to put that kiss behind them, something tells us they could face more temptation. When two characters are mutually attracted to each other and swear nothing will ever happen again, that's usually a giant anvil that more trouble is brewing. Michael will be even more hurt if Willow lands in bed with Drew, so PH writers may add to the drama of it all by letting them take that step. The sad part is that Willow doesn't even have a good excuse for cheating. It might be different if Willow and Michael were having problems in their marriage, but Michael has been quite loving and supportive lately. Michael is already growing suspicious of Willow's strange behavior in the aftermath of her makeout session with Drew. Willow is dealing with a guilty conscience, so Michael can't help but notice a change in her. Since Willow kept secrets about her leukemia diagnosis in the past, Michael has good reasons to worry whenever it seems like she's hiding things from him. Willow may have a tough time handling all her regrets if Michael's suspicions escalate. Regardless, Michael is bound to find out the truth sooner or later, so he'll have to cope with Willow's surprise betrayal with his uncle and the fact that she's been lying to him about it. Could this be enough to ultimately end Willow and Michael's marriage? Are Michael and Drew headed for divorce once this storyline concludes? General Hospital spoilers say Willow's lack of willpower will cost her, so stick with us for more divorce predictions and updates on Michael's reaction to the cheating news. The once unbreakable bond between Michael Corinthos and Willow Tate is fraying at the edges, and General Hospital fans are bracing themselves for a potential heartbreak. With secrets, lies, and betrayals bubbling to the surface, the couple's love story might be heading toward a devastating climax. It all began with a seemingly innocuous mistake that Willow made, a slip-up that would set off a chain of events threatening to dismantle her relationship with Michael. In a moment of vulnerability, Willow confided in Drew Cain about her fears and uncertainties, sharing more than she intended. Drew, as the empathetic ear, listened and offered comfort. It was in these stolen moments of understanding that an unintended intimacy blossomed, one that was innocent in nature but devastating in consequence. Nina Reeves, ever the vigilant observer, happened upon one of these moments. Catching Drew and Willow stripped down emotionally, she misinterpreted the scene as something more illicit. Armed with this misinterpretation, Nina couldn't resist the temptation to stir the pot. Her heart, still harboring resentment towards Willow for past transgressions, saw an opportunity to strike back. Nina approached Carly Corinthos with her discovery, painting a picture of betrayal that was hard to dismiss. Carly, fiercely protective of her family and particularly sensitive about Willow's place in Michael's life, was incensed. Her trust in Willow was shattered, and she wasted no time confronting her. The confrontation was explosive. Carly's accusations were met with Willow's denials, but the damage was done. Michael, who walked in on the confrontation, was caught in the crossfire. His mother's accusations, combined with Willow's emotional distress, planted seeds of doubt in his mind. Michael, who had always been a rock for Willow, found himself questioning her loyalty. The strain on their relationship was palpable. Michael's attempts to discuss the situation with Willow only led to more misunderstandings. Willow, feeling cornered and betrayed by those she trusted, began to retreat emotionally. The once clear lines of communication between them were now tangled with suspicion and hurt. As days turned into weeks, the couple found themselves drifting apart. Michael, torn between his love for Willow and his loyalty to his mother, struggled to find a balance. He spent more time away from home, seeking solace in his work and confiding in his sister, Christina. Christina, who had her own issues with their mother, offered a sympathetic ear but couldn't provide the clarity Michael needed. Willow, on the other hand, found herself increasingly isolated. Her usual confidant, Carly, was now her accuser. She turned to Sasha, who had her own set of challenges but offered a semblance of support. Sasha's advice was practical. Fight for your marriage. Don't let misunderstandings destroy what you have. But even as Willow tried to follow this advice, the distance between her and Michael seemed insurmountable. In a desperate attempt to clear the air, Willow arranged a meeting with Drew. She hoped that if Michael could hear the truth from Drew, it might help dispel his doubts. Drew, always the straight shooter, agreed to the meeting, understanding the gravity of the situation. The meeting, however, didn't go as planned. Michael, already on edge, perceived Drew's involvement as further proof of Willow's betrayal. The confrontation turned heated, with Michael accusing Drew of overstepping boundaries. Drew, taken aback by the intensity of Michael's anger, tried to defend himself, but the damage was done. Nina, watching the drama unfold from the sidelines, couldn't help but feel a pang of guilt. Her initial intent was to protect herself and exact a little revenge, but she hadn't anticipated the fallout. Seeing the pain in Michael's eyes and the desperation in Willow's, she began to question her actions. Was it worth it to destroy a marriage to settle an old score? In the midst of this turmoil, Willow received unexpected news that could change everything. She was pregnant. The revelation brought a mix of joy and dread. A baby could be the glue that mends their broken relationship, or it could be another point of contention. Torn between hope and fear, Willow decided to tell Michael. The announcement hit Michael like a freight train. The news of a baby brought with it a whirlwind of emotions. He wanted to be happy, to embrace the future with Willow and their child, but the shadow of doubt still loomed large. Could he trust Willow again? Could they rebuild what had been broken? As the couple stood on the precipice of a major decision, the residents of Port Charles watched with bated breath. Friends and family took sides, some urging reconciliation, others advocating for a clean break. The town, known for its endless drama, now had front-row seats to one of its most heart-wrenching sagas. In the end, it would come down to Michael and Willow. Could they find their way back to each other through the maze of mistrust and hurt? Or was their love story destined to end in heartbreak? As the days unfolded, the answer remained elusive. One thing was certain: the journey ahead would be fraught with challenges, but also with the possibility of redemption. For Michael and Willow, the future was uncertain, but their story was far from over.